Usually we have a big sheet. Today we're doing it easy. Shimmy, could you pass over?
Nice meeting in the morning.
Yeah,
Oh, Hashem.
because you're working hard and you don't give up,
I never give up.
and it's unbelievable.
Sichos.
Wow. Okay. This is a classic. You ever had a big koch in the field of Chana? So the haftarah the first day of haftarah the first day of Rosh Hashannah is the haftarah of Chana. It's unbelievable. It's such a powerful.
What went between her and the quintessential?
What was the conversation? There's several Sichos, but today
The Rebbe didn't praise mother.
a lot of the Sichos that the Rebbe spoke about Chana because it was to cover his mother. His mother's name was Chana. Exactly, that's exactly true.
She had a hard time having children. Also, he said something.
No, because his mother's name was Chana, and her Yortzeit is so close to Rosh Hashannah. So throughout the years, the Rebbe a lot of times in the Fabrengen covered her Yortzeit. Spoke about Tfilas Chana. So this is one of the okay. Sagt die Gemara, Amar Rav Hamnuna kam hilchas gib ravosa. It's a funny word in the Gemara. It's like ein lo yeid v'mikra.
How much we could learn?
Yeah.
Even this word you have to know.
Ikel Mishma Ani Kroy de Chana. With such a lot of big halachas we can learn from Chana. Number one, Chani Melaberet Aliba. You can't learn Spal Shorsorek Shorkaven Liba. Dat er misval as er mgaven. Raks was knows, kan misval shiach toch beswas. Bekoyle lo yeshama makan shosalak bekoyle bitfilos. Sheva lo shikoyle makan shikur osor lo spal. Sagt der Gemar de Masha mahani kroy de Chana. Ho vade de kam mit vorn de khoshe vach gegangen tsarach shekhavn as libe vasalak me koyle. Shmine name makom sakhelen kedelo. We could learn these dinner from other places. Earlier in the Gemara brought ayahs for some of these things. Ela the Kamar, the Mahani Kroy the Chana, Nami Ika Lemishma Lahu. It's not like these halachas are exclusive from Chana. But we also learn it from Chana.
It's so funny. Doesn't tefillah. We learn whole tefillah from Chana.
Right. But the emphasis we passed out to the pass from Lashma Chayvet. So Alter Rebbe Paskins is Shachris and Mental Woman's Chai. Alter Rebbe Paskins is Chai. Lapoil, women are Mako, we spoke about it Sunday place. Oisig Mitzvah Potter Men Mitzvah, they're busy putting on pampers and diapers.
That's how it's feeling.
But Mr. Alter Rebbe holds Takikai. The Ben Ish Chai writes, Ben Yoda. Ben Ishchai writes, Omar Avinoma Kan Hilchas Gav Revos Ikla Mishlam Anikra Dachana. So he says, Nearly Besiaita Dishmai Korle Gav Revosa. It's in a line, Mar Anachna Lomdim in Absukim Shal Isha Nekeva, Kama Alocha Sheroi Lilmoid Mipi Gavorim, Shema Chachom Mazchorim. This is the Shai.
That's the word, Gevu.
Yeah.
Gever.
כמה הלכס שבאמס הוא יצורך ללמוד מן הגבר, אבל לומדו מן האישה. Okay? פסח הדביר, which is the חידו, right? וכוילה לא ישמה, בתון שעושה להגביה כוילה בתפילוסו, ובחשבה חושה אותו לא יודע אלי שעושה להגביה כוילה בתפילה. Did the early Eli not know? Yeah. Did Eli not know this? That
Woman cannot.
Yeah.
To ignore.
So he said, "Ve'efshe the sova dafka betfila kvua erev avoyke v'tzorayim man tefila in the coil shespal do protit shaloi bezman tefila shori dikiv bezman tefila kvua heina magbia koiloi sagem shemoche chosh ve'eli lishkoile v'shamikash os lagbia koile betfila soy daike lema ap tefila set protit shaloi os lagbia koile v'day." Okay, so fine. These are three little pieces on the Gemara. Mashal ben Ishchai and the Chida. So the Rebbe asks a simple question. Shaila is why is it that Dafke we learn the Indian of Tefillah, we learn from Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov, the whole scenario of Tefillah. So why is it that all the protem of Hilchas Tefillah is dafke by Tefillah's Chana? How are you going to say because Tefillah's Chana was something very important? She was such pain that she didn't have a child.
She didn't have the same chusim as Avraham Yitzchak and Yaakov.
No, but
That
if
shows
it
you
ever
that-
says that maybe you're going to say that she had such pain because she didn't have a baby, and there is one of the three things that maftech is so that was like a very painful, a heartfelt feeling.
But she was able to change it. This
So
shows us
maybe
that
that's so important, that the tefillah is so important. But the Rebbe says, but also by Yitzchak and Rivka, they have to daven,
but they gave her,
and the Yidishe gave them a baby. So why couldn't it be that we learned the halachas of tefillah from Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and then it would have been in Torah Shebeksav, not just in Tanakh, the Kabbalah. And the Rebbe says it's hard to say that we didn't want to learn because Ein Lameidim Akoydim Matan Torah. There's a role. Ein Lameidim Akoydim Matan Torah. The Rebbe says a few things. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound like the halachas that we learned from Chana as a Deiraisa anyway. It's all these things we learned from Chana as a Deiraisa. It's an asmachta. It's so an asmachta. Right. So frat of tefillah is the rabbanon. So you can say it's a shar. It doesn't make sense. The things we learn from Chana is Chachamim pinned it on this psukim. So it's takapella, but I ended up that only from Chana. We couldn't find any psukim in the Torah. Why is it? And also, what do you mean you can't learn from before Mount Torah? We're not learning it. The Mashal says that we have other psukim to teach us. So why couldn't the Eivishter put that all the halachas of tefillah, Be'emes is a lot of the halachas of tefillah go back to Chana. It's a whole sugya, it's a whole daf in Gemara. Why is it that it goes back to Chana? Why couldn't it be that we learn Hilchas Tefillah from Avraham Avinu, Yitzchak, Yaakov? Muslims saying that there's something super duper special in Tefillah's Chana. Nakuda, the Rebbe's word is like this. It says in Chassidus, there's a difference between Tefillah and Brocha. What's the difference between Tefillah and Brocha? Brocha, the word Brocha is Meloshem Brecha. You're bringing something down. So, Lamashal, it says that Yaakov was Sikelas Yodo. So the simple question is that Rebbe says, I don't understand. That Benashe was a Bechor, but the younger one is going to be bigger. So give the older one the bigger bracha. It's in your hands. Give him.
make the change.
Make the change. No, because that's not what the Pshat bracha is. Bracha means that it's in the bank account. And bracha is a withdrawal. Rosh is a withdrawal, like he brings in the quintessential, the Samayan, that what's the meaning of tefillah? There's tefillah Rosh Hashannah, and there's tefillah every day, Rosh Chodesh, and tefillah every day. And so that the taka in the beginning of the year, like the energy goes in there's $1 million that goes into a bank account, but you have to make a withdrawal. Well, what happens if your credit card is lost and you can't make a withdrawal? So the money's in the bank, to say a shame, but I need to make a withdrawal. So the Rosh Hashanah is the tefillah to make a deposit. The Rebbeinu Shalom makes a direct deposit in your account for Bona Chaim Azon and Reicha for the year. The tefillah every day is just to pull out the Chukamek. It's staying in Eden, an unbelievable koyach. But he reads now a shidduch for his daughter. He needs now to pay the mortgage. He needs now to have parnosa barchova. It's very nice for him that it's somewhere sitting in the bank account. So the tefillah, and that's the Indian of a bracha. Bracha is ishke bechosei berech oizim. His bracha. That's why every shevet got his bracha. It's not the Pshat Yaakov made up the brachas. The brachas were based on what's already negeya to Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda. Yaakov Avinu had the koyach to be mamshech. That's Birchas Kohanim also. To be Amaherior is one. It's kind of a special koyach. It comes fast, but it's to bring it down what's already there. So there's a mila because it's guaranteed. Bracha, when you get a bracha, it's a guaranteed thing. But if it's not there in the Mocha B'Shodesh, you can't bring it. If it's not there, it's not there. You can't make it up. That's what the Rebbe says. There were stories with the Baal Shem Tov where people came to him and they said that they want to have a certain bracha. There's like a few stories about people that had a quest for a child. And they came to the Baal Shem Tov and they asked the Baal Shem Tov for a bracha for a child. The stories that we know from Rabbi Sam Nisienu, Siddim, Sipurim for Salman about the Baal Shem Tov. And the Baal Shem Tov said, look, you want to trade in your Ashidus and you'll have a child, I could do it for you. So what's a hocus pocus? What's going on? Why is the Baal Shem Tov doing it that way?
All of Rabbanim used to give brachas and they used to have children out there.
Why not? Why is it that way?
Give out
Why?
their serious.
The answer is that Eva says because this was they had only enough energy. They had in their bank account Lamaila. This is what they had. They had this. So the Baal Shem Tov had a kunz. He was able to exchange. Me and you can't. You can't. Once it's withdrawn, the cash is withdrawn. You can't open it up and send it. Meshamaya mi avyav mishkala l'shakli. You can't. Okay. You know what? Here's my wallet. Take it back. Send me a child. It doesn't work. Baal Shem Tov makes it work. So the Baal Shem Tov had that koyach, but that's the union of a broch. And tefillah is fakert. You don't need to have a tzaddik. A broch, you need a tzaddik. Tefillah, you need a tzaddik. A tzaddik. Every Yid is mechuyev to daven. The fratlo the shita, the davening is only when you have an ace tzara. So you understand why. The union is the lashon tefillah is yehi rotzen. If there's no rotzen, the Yidishe decided this guy, Rahman al-Islam, he's gonna be poor. He's gonna be sick. He's not gonna have. So no, yehi rotzen means he's gonna get a new rotzen. He's gonna go to the Yidishe and create a new rotzen. Elamai, the downside is there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees. You could be mispalel, the Yidishe answers, and the Yidishe decides, yeah, then ish. But in tefillah, there's the lashon yehi rotzen. Yehi rotzen means if there is no rotzen now, we're asking there should be a new rotzen. So if Chas V'Shalom was nigzer not, should be yes.
What did that Chana that was very poor and couldn't eat anything and then had to Mekaz dam, and then he had garlic and he was what's his name? And the Talmid Chacham came and they helped him to revive and everything. But they said he went on Shemaim and he asked Hashem, why did you put me in this mazel that I can't even feed myself after my health has to be balanced. I don't know which one it is. There
was such a thing, and he had a trick, and he tried to do this, he tried to do that. He went to different stores in the Chanus, and he asked for this, he asked for that. But that's not the shot.
So you can change the muzzle.
It's not there. It's not in the bank account. But a person can be mispalel. The
Rambam writes the whole story about it. If a Jew doesn't have mazel, can change the mazel.
Yeah, but that's something else.
But
I'm not saying mazel. I'm saying there is the Eibishter is goizer. So the Eibishter is goizer, and brochim is the tzaddik is mamshir that this hashpah should not stay in olam ruchni. It should come down begashmit. Tzaddik even has the koyach to change the energy from one thing, from Bona to Chayim, for Chayim Mezoina, for one of these three things. Tefillah is the opposite. Tefillah is nothing in the bank account. But the Yidishe can make a new rotz, but there's no guarantees. So Brocha as a mile, if the tzaddik is a Broch, you're guaranteed. Because he has the koyach, unless he's a charlatan, he's not a real tzaddik. He's
What can tzaddik say he writes for you?
So I get this. This that one is one and the other is the other.
No.
So is Unless
there's so many stories of
unless there's a fake tzaddik. It hurts me to tell the story, but it's like there was a guy that had Nebach ALS. He got married, Baltruva. He got married. They lived right over here. I don't know if anyone remembers. I forget his name. We used to bring him here on some Torah the last 2 years. He was alive. Bochum used to come by. Whatever.
On this,
Asaf that comes here used to help them out a lot.
Right. I went over there.
Yeah, down the first floor. They lived there. Yeah. Very, very special family. Very nice. I'm forgetting the name. She moved after he passed away. She moved to Israel. We had a cash a little bit in the beginning, and whatever. Baruch Hashem, the kid is going to from school.
The daughter.
Yeah, the daughter. But
His mother-in-law lives over here.
oh yeah, no, but his mother used to come in from Israel.
I know.
So there was a guy that used to come here, and so she always told me whenever I used to come, Acha sha'alti, she says, I need a makubal to come to give me a bracha. So what should I do? I said, I figured out maybe I'll put white powder in my beer. Was kann ich tun? I'm chalishing. I want to bring her up some makubal. So a guy came one day to our shul, and he's collecting money. He tells me he's a makubal. A jackpot. I got a makubal. So I said, please, you have to come with me. Do me a favor. The makubal came, and I don't know. I learned a lot of tricks. Started talking, and he finds out meben ashuris, and then he starts telling her, like ilu chidushim that he has divrei nevuos. And Mekitza, at the end, he says he can make yechudim milyonim, and he could only once in a lifetime be meyachat such yechudim, and then he could give a special.
How much does it cost?
Oh, apparently he realized that.
You were there when he.
Yeah. So next day she calls me. She doesn't have his number. She calls me, and she says, "No, well, that night he made yechudim." So I called him up, and I said, "You got to call this lady. You were there last night." No, I'm not calling her. I made the yechudim, and they told me that they can't help. So Akapodim, the Baal Shem Tov gives a bracha. He can be mamshech, but he can only be mamshech what's there. He can only be mamshech what's there. There is a union of tefillah. Every Yid kedaven when he has a yitzorah, but it's in mitzad echad, it's a maila that can bring a yehirotz, a nurotz, mitzad training. There's no guarantees. Chana had a maila both together. This is so you ask tzaddikim. There's a yotz in a klal. There's stories that Chana's taka, a story in the Tanakh was a yotz in a klal. What's the tefillah and bracha put together? And she davened, and she said she wants zera noshim. Rashi says it means tzaddikim. The Gemara says that she wanted a child that will be shokul keneged Moshe v'Aaron. And she got it packaged. It ever says even pshat.
How did she bring it up?
And she wanted. So here she wanted a guarantee from the Eibishter not only to have a son. So what do you mean? He's going to be a tzaddik. Because she said nasatli zera anoshim, and the Gemara says anoshim means tzaddik. So she asked,
why? Yeah, but I'm saying.
And then when Eli said the Eibishter gave sheilosich, means that she got what she asked for, which is that she's gonna have a son of tzaddik.
Yeah, but you said like Moshe Aaron.
How big?
I'm saying how that we know that this is what.
Because that's what the Gemara says. The Gemara
she didn't daven for Moshe Aaron. She
davened for that's what the Gemara says. The Gemara says that's what the Gemara darshans. So here it's like a pella.
She didn't have it for herself. I want to try it. She said to the Rebbe, I want to try it for you.
But here there's another nekuda that the Rebbe is saying. They had a mile of broch and tefillah together. The person has a chirachofshis. So how could they come to the malach and they say that the malach amumun aleiroin I'm a lafon of Rebbeinu Shalom Gibor Cholef Milat Tzadik V'Rosh Kama. And this was like a unique thing that she asked the Eibishter that she have Zera Noshim. Even the Pshat, the Rebbe says, the Mishnah says that Nazir, Shmuel was a Nazir Olam, and that's the way that Rambam passed. And again, if a person says, I'm going to be like Shmuel, he's a Nazir. But L'choida, who said he's going to be a Nazir because his mom? First of all, the baby was. Yeah, and Machal the din is even if a baby's already born, the father has a to make a son a Nazir, not the mother. So how did she have Elamite? The Rebbe says in Pshat, there has to be, must say that the Pshat is that when he grew up, he became a god after the bar mitzvah. He was mekabel on himself, and the chidush is that Kibul Mafrei had happened that before
he knew that he's going to be.
And it was this Galamil Mafrei that he was be'emes. He was a Nazir Olam because of mekabel later, like some type of chidush. Definitely he was makabel. So she is asking for something which is l'chayda impossible. It's like brocha and tefillah mixed together. And that's the mila of the tefillah of Chana, that we see that Tamol, that would be such an unbelievable thing. So that's why we learn from Chana. What taka do we learn from Chana?
Did the Gemara said who is Chana's husband? Who's Shmuel and Avi's father? They're talking about. They don't say it in the.
Elkanah.
Yeah,
Elkanah.
she has
Elkanah.
Elkanah. I said. Not only that, Elkanah went and bring another wife, and she had 10 children.
Right.
And the lady was teasing her. Oh, you want to come like for my children?
It
Right.
said in the Tanakh. It's true.
Yeah.
That
You got to go back. You got to get Sazon. Sazon.
I thought
You're an expert in Tanakh. What's going on
I
with you?
thought yesterday and Kuta stay, but it's
You have to make Chazorah.
Whoa.
Okay, so
cannot say it's not up to me. I cannot do it. I can help you. My husband said to the wife,
I saw in the Gillian that it says a pshat that she went to Eli because you're supposed to go to a tzaddik dam. It's what it's at the Shmai by tzaddik.
very shame. So that's the Rebbe's word. It's a beautiful word. Before I continue, there's a sefer from a Yid that Yehasen Rabbi Yudel Chitrik. Yudel Chitrik he was ashamed of it in 770 because he passed away.
He never died.
Yeah, he passed away. I think it was 708.
106.
He was only 4? I thought he was older than that. No.
He saw the Rebbe Rashab.
I do. Huh? He was even inside the Kedushin. He was a Malamed, right? He was a Malamed in the Lubavitch Yeshiva in Montreal, no? Anyway, he wrote the one of Sipuri Tzadikim that he heard from many Chassidim. So there's a beautiful story that he told. I think he was a little older than 104. But I do remember once he's talking in 770, and he had that old Russian Yiddish. Megedenkchich an 90 Jahre zurück. I remember something that was about 90 years ago. And everyone started laughing. So it's a beautiful story, the Baal Shem Tov. It said that the Baal Shem Tov had a chosed, and the chosed made a shidduch, made a nice shidduch. He was the shutef. The two shutefim, one's chosed, one's misnagid. The son of the chosed with the daughter of the misnagid. He didn't realize that the Mechutin put into the Tnoim that the father of the Kala is going to be Masada Kiddushin. And Behim was clear that Baal Shem Tov is going to come, and Baal Shem Tov Masada Kiddushin. And it like fell between the cracks, and the Chassan is coming, and he hears that Baal Shem Tov is coming. And what is he going to do? But in the Tnoim it says that the Zayda the Kala is going to be Masada Kiddushin. Baal Shem Tov is coming, and the Baal Shem Tov shouldn't hate the kibbutz. So he said to himself, you know what? He went to the Shamash. The Shamash was the MC. I always tell at the wedding, I always tell the MC, no one realizes the MC is the hardest job. It's not a kibbutz. And then you fumble, and the guy, one of the kibbutzim is supposed to be there, not, and you say the wrong thing, and then, it's don't take the job to be an MC at a chuppah. It's the hardest job. Anyway, so in that town, the Shamash had the job of being an MC at the chuppah. So the Avi Achosn told him, do me a favor. I'm giving you a Shena Matbeya that when the chuppah comes and everyone's standing and you have to announce who's the Masada Kiddushin, and you're giving him already the cup and the wine, it was right away announced that the Tzaddik Mereno at the Baal Shem Tov, Masada Kiddushin, put the cup straight in his hand, and that's it. And if you're going to get a frashk from my Mechutin, I'll pay you double. At the chuppah, the guy was very quick, and he put the wine. So by the Shem Tov was already making the bracha, the kavana, and everyone realized that the spitzel. So the whole mishpacha, the chosn got so angry, and the grandfather was such a London, and they were insulted him. No one came to the chasna. So the chassid side, they felt terrible. Disturbed Simcha, so they went and they appeased them. They said, it wasn't our fault. Shamash is a yukul, the Shamash gemacht hat. They spoke. It wasn't us. We didn't set him up. It was just, he saw, he met, I thought, we feel so bad, we feel so terrible. Everyone was in the spice. Everyone came to the Hashannah, was a nice time. Besides the grandfather was not in the spice. He didn't come to the Hashannah.
He's the mamme.
Yeah, he was insulted. He didn't come to the Hashannah. Okay, so the next day, the next day, the Baal Shem Tov is leaving town. So the Baal Shem Tov said he wants to visit the Zayda. They missed the Zayda is missing. So he came to the house of the grandfather. The grandfather doesn't want to look at him. He's insulted. The Baal Shem Tov asks him, "Mashayla Gemara." So he ignores him. Shem Tov says, "I understand. The whole thing that they say is that you're a lamb, so he can't answer Akasha. What kind of lamb are you?" Okay, so like he got there. So he said, "I'll give you a teretz." Shem Tov thinks it's taka good teretz, but some alamdan like you could say a better teretz, more ba'amkos. So he said a second teretz. Shem Tov said taka also a good teretz. But for it, alamdan like you could give a better teretz. Good, and he gave a third teretz. When he finished giving it the third teretz, someone walks into the house. He looks like he's a mailman, and he has three letters in his hand. And the Baal Shem Tov says, like Zayda, you shouldn't be mazik anyone, put the stuff on the table and leave. And he opens up the three letters, and each letter has one of the three tirutzim. In other words, he says to him, he says to the lamb, look where your Torah is going. In other words, the Hidush Torah that he's being machadish,
it's already there.
Is already in the klippe. If you learn Torah lishma, it'll be a totally different thing. And the Baal Shem Tov left. So the guy was thinking, maybe I should go take. Maybe I should learn Baal Shem Tov and then figure out what's Torah lishma. But then he was thinking, this is a hocus pocus. It's a bittul Torah. In the meantime, this whole thing is eating him up. He said, I'm thinking about it so much. There's more bittul Torah than I think about it. So let me just travel to the Baal Shem Tov and see. So he went to the Baal Shem Tov. And he didn't see anything special. He says, Taka, they're from a Yidin, but he doesn't see something spectacular. Someone comes to the Baal Shem Tov, and they said that in Rachmana litzlan, their daughter is very sick, and it doesn't look good. But the Baal Shem Tov gave a brach. So the Baal Shem Tov said, if you like a bracha, okay. If me and my Talmidim could come to your town, and you'll make a big suda, so we'll see. We'll try to give a brach. So for sure, the Baal Shem Tov travels on Talmidim to get to the town, and this old man decided he's going with them to see what's going on. So when they come, by the time they come to the town, this girl was so sick that they said she's about to die. But the Baal Shem Tov said, no, to make a suda. So they make a big suda. All of a sudden, there's a cry from the kid's room, from the girl's room. They said that she's about to die. So he runs to the Baal Shem Tov. The father is saying that she's about to die. Baal Shem Tov says, first bring a little more drinks. Bring some more mashke. We'll make l'chaim, and then we'll see what to do. And the old man got so angry. How could no heart
in this moment?
In this moment. So he got very, very angry. He got very, very angry. And 2 minutes later, they said that the child died. So the Baal Shem said, okay, let's go. He went into the room and he bent over and he said something. He said something to the girl. And the girl opened her eyes. And color came back to her face. And that minute, there was like a ding on the floor. The old man, out of his jacket, fell out a knife to the floor. So the Baal Shem Tov looked at him and said, and if I wasn't machav in the right kavonas, you're going to kill me just for that? So the person fainted. And then he became a Talmud of Baal Shem Tov. This is a beautiful story from the Likkutei. He said the name of whatever he heard it from a chassid, a reliable source.
So from where did Baal Shem Tov learn that? From Yidishe.
Exactly.
Why did this guy want to kill the Baal Shem Tov?
Because he was by the Suda when he saw the Baal Shem Tov
It's heartless.
yeah, heartless. So he was
Because
so he wanted to go. If the baby would have stayed dead, he would have. So that's why the Baal Shem Tov told him, no, if I wasn't having the right kavanas, so just for that, I deserve to get shtech. So that's the story. So that's a Baal Shem Tov. That's a Baal Shem Tov story. The Baal Shem Tov, you can have broch and tefillah put together. It's a special trick. Broch and tefillah put together. Usually, it doesn't go that way. But the Yidishe of Chana is the broch and tefillah was put together. The Rebbe is moisiv that by tefillah's Chana, B'chlal, we tefillah. The whole idea of tefillah is the kavana. Some mitzvahs you have to have kavana. You don't have kavana, but tefillah without kavana is not a tefillah. It's not the pshat. Oh, it's not such a good tefillah. Without kavana, it's not a tefillah. By Chana, we see that there was a very strong hergesh alei. That he thought she was a shikoira, and she said no, ishak shasruach. So the kavana was very strong, and it's mida keneged mida. It's ponim kemayim ponim. Because her kavana was so strong, she was zoiche that if she had a tefillah which is like a bracha, which was so strong, and that's why dafke here is where we learn the halachas of tefillah. So, what should we say? L'chaim, it's right before Rosh Hashannah, and the Rosh Hashannah Chassidus says, is Tamlichun Aleichem, make the Yidishe the king. So the Yidishe shall help them, that we should poil this year, that it should be for all Klal Yisrael. We should have taka like Tefillas Chana.
What she said, על הילד הזה,
So, L'chaim, we should have a ksivach samatoiva, we should have bracha tefillah put together.
Amen.
Amen.
make until the
Mr. Silverman?
Shkoach. Shana
Yeah.
Tova.
Okay, you should have a sweet year. Ksivach samatoiva, shana toiva mzuka.